tell you, okay? It's unreasonable and vexatious, yes, to continue to multiply proceedings, right, when I wasn't in Brennan, Washington, correct. And when I did not cyberstalk, ouch. So, Brett Roberts, yes, you can get sued for the actual amount of money, yes. Then there's my attorney fees and costs, because of the conduct, yes, of the individuals employed in the government. Now, I made the phone call to the public defender's office, yes, but the coercion of obligating me to unreasonably have to appear in court, hmm, so that you can vexatiously obstruct my rights as a citizen of the United States. I feel certain, okay, that this law does actually apply. Now, when you had court hearings on July 31st of 2015, Brent Basden, yes, you can pay for all of that because you did not serve me. That's what it says. And you cannot have court hearings unless you serve the respondent. And then you cannot serve the respondent in the Sequim Public Library. And you sure the fuck can't serve somebody other than. Now, when you decided to violate the laws of the United States, I decided that I was going to sue you, Brett Roberts, ooch, for agreeing to have me appear in court, ooch, on because it's vexatious and unreasonable, yes, to obligate a person to have to appear in court when you decided to wait 7 weeks after the alleged incident. There are certain laws that make it a crime to have any information about domestic violence. Yes. So you can get sued, as can the prosecuting attorney, Hawes, yes, Nichols, yes, and every other fucking employee of the government for every fucking dollar that you spent that happened to be excessive for the cost of exactly what the fuck you've been doing. Now, I know, okay. This declaration of Jessica Hodges? Oh, my non biological daughter. Yesterday I talked to you about some. Now, there was absolutely no reason for me to not be able to speak to my wife and sons after my record was expunged. Yes, but you decided to continue to have court hearings during the dissolution of marriage, Judge Rohr, and you can pay for every fucking court hearing right now. Now, I've informed you, yes, it is unreasonable and vexatious to have dissolutions of marriage court hearings, yes, where you don't have a valid marriage certificate. Now, the marriage certificate was issued from the United Nations. And I gave you a copy of it in the emails? Yes. But instead of actually looking at the signatures of Heidi Lee Budnick, yes, you decided that you would continue to obstruct my rights, yeah, make me appear in court without any actual evidence, yes, because I wasn't in Brennan, Washington. Now, I know, okay. You're saying that there's no possible way that you could be a part of the obstructing of myself to receive an inheritance. I'm saying that as soon as I get the laws of the United States enforced, yes, this decree of dissolution of marriage, right, the non-jury trial, Judge Rohr, yes, where you did not have reciprocity with the United Nations and I'm still married, oh, I would say that every court hearing you had, yes, from the time that Heidi got to Clallam County on July 8th of 2011, yes, was unreasonable and vexatious. So as to obstruct my right of any knowledge I might have of some inheritances that you decided I would not receive. Now, I know you're upset. Yesterday I sent you a little extra email. Something about court rules that I could sue you for. Ooch. Wait until you see how many court rules I can sue you for violating. Yes, as long as I can prove that you've all been getting paid. Oh, there's grand larceny. There's kidnapping in the first degree. Oosh. There's a conspiracy to kidnapping for what reason? Oh, because you're getting paid. Oh. Now, I just want you to know. I'm going to want to have you removed from office and go to prison. Yeah. Now, ensuring the right to be heard. Yes. Court Rule 2.6. Yeah. A judge shall accord to every person who has a legal interest in a proceeding. Yes. Or that person's lawyer the right to be heard according to law. Mhm. Now, this protection order that you refuse to remove, yeah. Brett, you're being sued for every court hearing you had, yes, where you didn't protect my right to due process, okay? That means you can pay for all the expenses of all the employees of the judicial system of Clallam County and any and all other employees of the state of Washington that have to be utilized to prosecute you. Now, I'm going to want to sue you for some tort lawsuits today. Oh. Now, I just wanted to know the last time I appeared in court? Yes, 28th of August. Yeah. This personality assessment inventory? Yes. Um, I think this was absolutely unnecessary. Yes. Jack was sure that we needed somebody on our side. All the mental health evaluations every fucking day in jail. Do you understand? Because on November 15th of 2015, yes, I told you my right to due process is and was being violated. Yes, that my wife had abducted my son's Fooch. And there seemed to be some reason why everyone was sure that you'd get paid for all the shows you were making so as to obstruct me from having my inheritance. Yes. Now, why don't you give me every oath of office for the last 60 years in Clallam County, Judge Ken Williams? You can pay for every court hearing, Judge Ken Williams. You gave my wife a dissolution of marriage and she had me arrested 3 days later for the allegation of contacting the domestic violence advocacy charity known as Healthy Families of Clallam County. If they had received the documentation from the Attorney General on Guam, yes, that I was on a 1 year unsupervised probation, my record would have been expunged on July 12th of 2012. Now, when you allowed for her to continue the dissolution of marriage, does Heidi Lee Budnick have any knowledge of any inheritances? Yes. That involved Edward Budnick, my biological grandfather? Yes. Because I'm going to sue every fucking sheriff right now. Does Heidi Lee Budnick? Oh, 10 years of marriage. 5 biological sons? Yes. Where you've been issuing protection orders for 7 years and 4 months, and every one of them said that I was crazy. Now let's talk about Elma and Verna Hulse, Hulse. Yes, former residents, of Clallam County. Ooch. Did they have some land that a certain logging company, a monster logging company, decided that they would log my land without paying me for my timber? Pooch. I just wanted to know how much. How much, Sheriff? How much? Then there was my biological grandfather, Raymond Arthur Arp. Could you call Wayne Arthur Condit? Yes. The actual biological son of Raymond Arthur Arp. Yes. And Sandra Lee Condit, maiden name. Right. Biological name A.R.P. Married to Douglas Calvin Taylor in Plymouth, Washington. Yes. I had heard that my, biological grandfather had died in a logging accident. But he had certain mines that he had invested in, gold mines. Yes. Why don't we call my mother, yes, and my uncle, yes, and find out if the Arp side of the family has any knowledge of any inheritance that I, as the firstborn, yes, only male child, yes, of Raymond. Oh, oh. Exactly how much you've been bribed to issue these court orders and all these arrests. Now, Sheriff, yes, as the biological son, grandson, yes, of Raymond Arthur Arp. Yeah. And the biological grandson of Edward Budnick. Yes. And the biological grandson of Clara Rose Hulse. Yes. And by marriage, okay. Why don't we ask Ooch, the teacher, right now? What knowledge did Heidi have of my inheritance before she married me? Oh, did she marry me so that I would give her Ooch children? Yes. And then she would decide to have me arrested. Mm. And then she would move to Clown County because she was in the family. Yes. And that she could pay you.